is here. Guys? Oh, whatever. What is this? All-in-one UFDA approved rescue home safety kit? This is a rescue safety kit. A PDA. Look at the things this thing summons. Drill, hammer. When would I ever need one of those for rescue? Well, I do have a review today. Better take this along anyway. You never know what's going to come through the front door. You know, I've been needing toys a lot more lately on this show. Very weird. Does it take cartridges? Can't tell. Oh, hey! I'm Easy Rider, and welcome to Toku Time, where rescue workers save people with chainsaws. Well, most of you may remember a long time ago I reviewed a little obscure Toku series, Madan Senki Ryukendo. It was good, but, well, go watch the review and see for yourself. Pause this. I'll wait. As I mentioned at the end of that review, Ryukendo never did get a sequel series. One was rumored at the time, but it never happened. Instead, we got an entirely new show, a spiritual sequel, if you will. This is Tomica Hero Rescue Force. Once again, this is another show brought from the toy company Takara Tomy. This company is one of Bandai's many competitors, and they tried yet again to beat the big boys at their own game. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking just by looking at this team. Oh, come on, just another Sentai knockoff. Wrong! Actually, this show is inspired by, and an homage to, Hyper Rescue, a real-life team of rescue workers in Japan. And, to a lesser extent, the Tomica Hyper Rescue toy line, also made by Takara Tomy. Well, let us see if Tomica Hero Rescue Force is a force to be reckoned with. Roll it!
みんな、部屋を明るくして。
Oh, wow. This is much better. Thank you so much, guys. I don't know what I was thinking.
テレビから離れてみよう。そしてもう一つ、レスキューフォースごっこをするときは
安全な場所で遊んでね。
Whoa! This place isn't safe at all. Where is my head today? Let's see, Capcom. Nope, no Capcom sponsors this time. And it also wasn't written by Toshiki Ino. It may have a chance. We start off with these weirdos who have bowling ball holes for faces. And they pick up some kind of silly putty egg. Hey, there's a prize inside. Something called a crisis maker. But never mind that though, we cut to a fortress. Or a model of a fortress. A new recruit is joining the United Fire Department Agency's rescue force today, Todoroki Hikaru. And even though he doesn't play guitar, his rescue vehicle skills are top-notch. He's your standard devil-may-care young spitfire who's ready to roll up his sleeves and kick some ass. But first, there must be a little hazing on the new guy with rigorous exercises. Rope climbing, CPR, combat training, the works. Wow, now? Really? Okay, that has got to be a record for this show. I can't believe we're already doing this now, but Training montage. Anyway, back to the three blind mice here. After reading the instructions, they finally figure out how this thing works. You know, it speaks volumes when the villains of this show are so inept that they have to have an instruction manual on how to destroy the planet. It's just not exactly the Vyram, are they? And I'll be honest, Toku Faithful, doesn't give me much hope for this show. Well, they soon get the hang of it and downtown starts burning up. Disasters are spotted by the giant Rescue Eye satellite in outer space and are reported to our heroes by the Supreme Commander. Time for our heroes to live up to their name. Their giant base, Rescue Phoenix, takes off and flies to where the disaster is. You know, it kind of reminds me of that base in Ultraman Mabius. Once they get there, it's time for them to equip their armor. Not with bracelets, not with a cell phone, not by putting a key in a weapon, nope, not even close. Give up? They use a Nintendo DS. Well, okay, it's more like a card scanner, but you get the idea.
R1、R2、
R3、R4。
レスキューフォース着装完了。
Hikaru/R1 uses Core Striker, a bitchin' cop car that also comes with its own artificial intelligence.
よっしゃ。
なぜだ。人工知能の私に想定できなかった事態がなぜニューフェイスには分かったのだ。
話は後。今はレスキューが先だ。
了解。
Let's get over there, buddy. But Michael, do it!
After saving a young lad from a burning walkway, holy crap, Ghost Rider starts attacking. The new guy asks Captain Berth for a final rescue, which is only to be used as a last resort, meaning they're gonna use it in every single episode.
ファイナルレスキュー承認。爆裂的に鎮圧せよ。了解。
R1 uses the giant rescue vehicle known as Rescue Striker to put the fire out.
ファイナルレスキュー。ウォーターキャノン。発動。
ウォーターキャノン。
火災は完全に鎮火した。よくやったな、R1。爆鎮完了。
Well, we might as well get to know the other members of this team. We got 50 episodes more of this to go, so why not? Kyosuke, aka R2, is the easygoing daredevil. There's Rei, aka R3, the combat expert of the team. Even though she wears lots of red and kicks a lot of ass, she's not from Mars, sadly. And Juri, aka R4. She's the medic of the team. She's kind-hearted and nice, but she can also call on superhuman strength when she needs to.
私は強い。
As I said before, this team is led by Kamen Rider Birth, Date Akira. I mean, Captain Ishiguro. So now it all makes sense. Date Akira was working undercover with Rescue Force, and that's how he got that injury. I knew it! I knew he was lying about that bullet lodged in his head. And just like that, I get a ton of more requests for Kamen Rider O's. Toku Faithful, you want Kamen Rider O's on Toku Time? 2015. There, I promise. Now please stop sending requests for O's. You're welcome. Well, you met the good guys. Time for the villains of the show. And I use that term extremely loosely. These three screwballs are known as the three generals of Neo Terror. There's San, the brains of the team. There's Shika, the muscle of the team. And Maru, the female of the team.
That's a woman?
And unless you're blind, you can already see that these three make the Goma Stooges from Die Ranger look like General Zod's gang from Superman 2. Anyway, someone or something keeps sending them these crisis makers. They activate it, and the heroes have to stop the disasters caused by it. Pretty formulaic, I know. They also have an army of gushes from Liveman. These are the android grunts of the show, known as Axtos. But it's okay, the rescue force comes with a variety of weaponry, namely the Rescue Breaker. Yes, this lovely Rescue Breaker, available now on the Toku Shopping Network. It's a hammer, an axe, a pick, a grappling hook, and a drill all in one for rescuing and or fighting killbots. Now how much would you pay? Now you can own this all-in-one handy-dandy Rescue Breaker tool. Yours for $99.99 plus shipping and handling. Right, Bob Vila?
And because it's from Sears, your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back.
But wait, there's more. If you act now, you'll also get the Rescue Crusher. It doubles as a high-powered water cannon and a chainsaw that can cut through anything. Limited time only, better call now. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. Sorry, no CODs. Offer may not be real, so don't bother calling.
Rescue Commander! Mantis Impact! Atsu!
Mantis Impact.
Ooh, do I want to make a Running Man or Evil Dead joke here? Do both.
I love this song. This song's part of me. And I'm gonna make it part of you. Groovy.
Well, as you may have guessed, we get a ton of support vehicles on this show, such as Core 8er, an ambulance that helps R4 get sick people to the hospital. Other mechs include Rescue Riser, Shovel, Drill, and Turbo, each with their own final rescue attack. Well, not much happens, and Hikaru really doesn't want to get out of bed in the morning. At least not until the weather report comes on, and hey, if the weather was being reported by Hurricane Blue, I'd get up early too. Anyway, cameos aside, back to the plot. Kyosuke gets jealous of Hikaru having all the fun and wants to drive his own vehicle too. And eventually he does. Rescue Saber.
Target lock!
Target lock.
Final rescue! Flash cannon! Atsu!
Flash cannon.
たか、これが俺の2号ビークル、レスキューセイバーの力だ。
But wait, aren't we forgetting the villains of this show? Well, about 13 episodes in, Rescue Force finally meets one of them, and they're surprisingly good in battle. They actually give our heroes quite a challenge. Okay, if they're this badass, then Why haven't they killed the heroes already? Have they always been this strong? Where was this in episode 1 where they were reading instructions? Okay, they're generals, I understand. They have to survive long enough to send out Monsters of the Week, or in this case, Disasters of the Week, but you can't just have them running around stupid and silly like Scooby-Doo villain rejects one episode, and then just turn around and have them kick the good guys' asses up and down the block like they've been total badasses all along. You can't do that! That's like if Bulk and Skull were bullies in the first episode of Mighty Morphin, and then in the next episode they're fighting a barrage of foot soldiers, ignoring 5 years of change and development. That is just terrible character structure. I've seen characters that were more developed in a 13-year-old's fanfiction.
Well, you're just making all this up? Oh, what? You're the only one that gets to make up?
Speaking of these idiots, later on they wake up in a strange kind of church or something, and someone is waiting for them.
私たちの創造主？
私どもを作ったのは
He says his name is, Dan? Dang? Don? Dean Ambrose?
Nope.
They use some new kind of machine to replace crisis makers called terror resetters.
テラリセッター発射だテラリセッターって何ざんすかね
一体何でしょう？
Maybe I should have programmed some intelligence into these idiots. Would have saved me a lot of time. That's the last time I use Windows Vista. You know, these terror resetters look familiar. Kinda remind me of that spaceship from the Puma Man movie. Ironically, on the same day they launched these things, Rei drags Hikaru out on a date. Okay, the date was Rei's idea, but is Hikaru just paying for all this?
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas.
And as you may have guessed, they run into trouble on their date. But they can't just whip out their Nintendo DS's and transform. No, they can't transform anywhere like Senshi or Riders or even Ultraman. They have to go all the way back to their base to equip their armor and then run back all the way to town and fight them. Free plotline tip to Karatomi. Never hinder your hero's transformation abilities. I know we have to have those unmorph fights sometimes, but if you can have guys like the Mega Rangers, Meteor, Phais, even the Centurions, even though they're not Toku, have spacesuits beamed down to them from a space station or a giant satellite, and you've got one in outer space hovering up there. You see where I'm going with this? So if they can do it, why the mother-loving Phais couldn't you guys do it? Anyway, after about 5 or 6 episodes of the exact same plot where they send out the exact same terror resetter over and over again, which the rescue force destroys over and over again, nothing different, Dine finally lets it slip that Ishiguro trained some good subordinates. He decides to take the direct approach and attack the base when the team is gone. He takes off that Dalek-shaped mask and reveals the Lost Goma tribe leader?
Ishiguroよあなたはまさか
Wait a minute. Is that... Oh no. Ryo from Die Ranger joined the Goma tribe. What else could go wrong? Sadly, the captain won't tell the others what happened because the plot says so. The team discovers that there was an R5 who worked with their predecessors. Gee, I wonder who that could be. Later on, one of the terror resetters damages their armor, and there's only one man who can save them now.
体何があったのかは知らない。可愛い俺の部下に手出しするとは。後ろのエイジが案じて許さん。着走。
スピードアップ。
さあ覚悟しなさいあんたたち。
行くぞ強豪突破だ。
セーブザレスキューフォース。ずいぶん待たせちまったな。あり。伊達さん。
なんなのあの暗いやつは。
10年の時を超え R5 今ここに現着。
その声どっかで。まさか隊長。
So yeah, meet R5. But don't expect him to join the team like a 6 Ranger. He's actually more like Deca Master, only showing up when they really need his help. And no, he doesn't have his own mechs, but he likes to call all the other mechs when he's out, which is a little bit of overkill. Speaking of new toys, I mean upgrades, Hikaru and Core Striker can't seem to work very well together anymore since Hikaru's skills are growing, much like Amuro in the Gundam. But nothing a nifty new upgrade can't fix. Meet Core Striker Max.
X Max
全幅 1m80 排気量 9000cc。
Holy crap, look at that! Its launch pad is like one of those Hot Wheels racing tracks. It can even pull a DeLorean and leave fire trails behind it.
負けてたまるか。俺はもうニューエイスじゃない。れっきとした生態 R バンダー。
What did I tell you? 88 miles per hour!
Eventually our villain here corners Hikaru and Rei in a haunted house of all things. And here we discover that he was Obuchi, the original R1 and Ishiguro's teammate slash mentor. It seems long ago that he discovered a terrible secret about a disaster they put out.
10年前のことだ。私と石黒はとある外国の災害現場に緊急出場した。その研究所は平和利用のために新しいエネルギーを開発していると、裏では密かに新型兵器の開発をしていたのだ。そして火山が噴火。
これは人災だ。心から人間が起こした。
人間はこの星を破壊しようとしている。だから私は世界中の街を真っ平らにしてやるのだ。
Okay, let's see if I follow you here. You're angry at humanity because they are destroying the planet little by little, and I'll admit it, we're not doing such a bang-up job. Guilty. But your ultimate plan to save the world is to drop a bunch of doomsday devices on the planet that are doing more damage to it than a volcano or any man-made pollution could ever do in a matter of minutes. Are you out of your stupid rotting skull, you dumb man? If you really want to save the Earth, then target the big polluters, oil tycoons, and the industrial plants that pollute the atmosphere. Hell, Gosei Knight did this and it was all a misunderstanding. Or here's an idea. Why don't you set up a space station, poison the Earth with nerve gas, killing humans and leaving plants and animals alive, and then recreate the world in your own image? Hugo Drax tried that in Moonraker. It didn't work, but it was some semblance of a plan that made sense. Come on, did you give this any thought whatsoever? Were you just like, oh, I'm gonna drop these terrorist setters on the planet, and I'm sure everything's just gonna work itself out? My God, I've heard Al Gore make more sense than this. Rin.
嘘でしょ？
急げ、ここから脱出するぞ。
コアストライカーマックス、轟、光月両隊員を救出。敵基地より脱出します。
あれが私のナンバー。R1 を継いだ男か。
Later on, during office cleaning of all things, the team stumbles across old blueprints for an upgrade, R1 Max. They discover that it's a reinforced armor for R1 to use, but they never got it to work. Ironically, the techies get kidnapped by Dine and he wants them to fix something, as well as make a new terrorist setter for them. And if they don't, he'll drop multiple ones on Earth. Our heroes set out to rescue them, but the captain's old friend reveals that he has a surprise waiting.
Dine! それは社長！
ビルドアップ。
Hey, wait a minute. How's he able to transform there when everyone else has to transform at the base? How does that work?
There's a simple explanation for that.
Damn it, Gosei! And Dine tricks the others into thinking that he is Hikaru. Oh great, more mistaken identity. Are we sure Ino didn't write this? Hikaru tries the max upgrade, but it doesn't work. By the way, what is going on with the screen here? Is the guy who edited this colorblind? The science girls here say they can fix it, but it'll take some time. So Hikaru tries to buy them that time, and in the time it takes for them to fix it, Dine could have killed him 10 times over by now, but the plot won't let him.
これが最後だ！マックスコマンダー！マックスジャクソン！マック
スアップ。
完了！バカな。
That's your upgrade? Your battleizer? Your ultimate form? You're serious? Look at this thing! Look at that chest armor. It looks like it's a candy shell. Thing looks like it's made out of ring pops. The SPD battleizer with the giant brown thong is more of an upgrade than this. Bull crap, Takara Tomy! You guys aren't even trying anymore. You go from this to this? What the fies were you guys thinking? Okay, series. I'll bite. I'll play along with you. Let's see what R1 Max can do that regular R1 can't. Surprise me.
マックスディバイダー！ディバイダーモード！ソニックディバイダー！ディストラクション！
Holy crap, that was awesome! His suit still looks stupid. Dine still can't believe that Hikaru pulled it off. And then he turns into Cyclops and something escapes his eye. What? Was he possessed by Tinkerbell or something? Wait a second. Aren't we forgetting something important? Oh yeah, the Terra Resetters. And now that the former R1 realizes what he's done, Obuchi makes the decision to redeem himself.
轟光る君は俺の過ちを繰り返すな仲間を人々をそしてレスキューを愛して愛して愛し尽くせ小渕さん友よ取っておけ先輩大渕さん先輩大渕さん
Son, he's dead already.
Final. Let's go!
Makjin. 完了.
Godspeed, Obuchi. You know, I sometimes like those stories. I don't care what anyone says. Good guy turns bad, turns villain, turns good at the end, self-sacrifice for a greater good. You know, I always kind of like those stories.
I am Blipin. I am here to save the internet. Stupid, non-topical reviewers like yourself are destroying the internet. You must be purged.
Blipin, huh? Is that right?
Yes. I am also your long-lost brother you keep talking about, but we never see on the show.
Oh, you are you?
Yes, I am.
Well then, surely you must know my middle name if you're my brother, right?
Of course I do. It's Jason.
Nope.
Zach?
No.
Adam? Casey?
No way, Jose.
Aiden?
9.
Troy?
Yada.
Well, I give up.
Silly made-up monster. I don't have a middle name.
Oh man, so what do we do now?
Start one.
I'm gonna defeat you with this, just like the heroes in today's show.
Now hold on, don't do anything foolish. I want to be a recurring villain.
You kids might want to go get some cookies or milk or a nice orange or something. You don't want to see this. So, flash forward 6 months later, no disasters have happened since then, but the team remains ever vigilant. The captain finds some kind of blueprints inside Obuchi's cane, and working with the Supreme Commander, they discover that it's blueprints for something called Rescue Max. They're able to make some kind of simulation. It looks like a crappy Atari Jaguar or 3DO game. Sadly though, they say it can't be created for another 10 years, so we'll probably be getting it at the end of the episode. Our heroes soon run into another villain, this car. Apparently this car is called AI Dyne. It's a support program made to carry on his owner's will.
私は AI ダーエン。マスターダーエンが任務を遂行できなくなった場合に備えて、彼の能力と思考パターンを人工知能にコピーしたサポートプログラムなのだ。
And as you may have guessed, he and Core Striker Max start a feud. So now we've got a good talking car and a bad talking car. I'm basically watching Knight Rider at this point. I mean, come on, it's uncanny. It's obviously Kit and his evil twin car. Did no one pick up on this in Japan? Well, then again, David Hasselhoff is big in Germany, not Japan. But still, the fact remains. The only way this thing could be more derivative is if you got Peter Cullen to voice this thing.
My analysis indicates that Kit is a potential threat. I will not allow for the possibility of being shut down again.
AI Dyne also reveals his own mech, Dark Striker. It's just like Rescue Striker, only evil. He also knows the Captain Ishiguro's moves, like summoning all the mechs, and he soon steals them for his own use. Looks like the only way they can stop this thing is combine Rescue Striker with Rescue Saber.
Max Hyper Up!
レスキューマックス。よし。
And lo and behold, Rescue Max is born. Cause toy sales will go through the roof! Wait. Giant robot, 2 slackers at the wheel, car for a head. Oh my god, it's Megas! And after pulling a G12 finisher from Go Onger, that AI car is history. So the debut of this giant awesome mech and its debut battle is wasted on an evil car they could have just stepped on? Are we sure this is not a tokusatsu parody? This has gotta be a fake. This has to be a parody on Toku. This is bordering on Akiba Ranger levels of silly. This is a real show, because if this was a parody, I'd watch. Well, if you thought that an evil car was the worst boss these villains could have, you are so wrong. And this new evil leader is... Again, this new leader is... a Harley Quinn fembot? Technically, she's a hologram, left behind from a supercomputer that Dyne made. She's known as Mine. Technically, she's Dyne's daughter.
うるさい！やるっつったらやるの？いや、でもマル様。天国のお父様、マルたちが言うこと聞かない。
And that just gave me a vasectomy. Never having kids. Anyways, Mine gives them a card scanner to make new disasters with, and can even approve a final destruction disaster, basically ripping off Rescue Force's entire gimmick, and giving them Megaton cards to use with it. The final destruction card calls on a huge destructive mech called a Zoocrane. Well, I think we found a practical use for Rescue Max now. It may not be giant monsters, but it'll do. They pretty much stick to this formula and often come up with some new combo mechs. They even pull an R5 and call all the vehicles for something called God Striker. Whoa, God Striker? Sounds epic, like an Ultrazord. I wonder what it could be. That's it? Just a bunch of support mechs piled on to rescue Stryker? Ugh, just look at this thing. It's an aesthetical nightmare. I've seen better looking creations just by sticking a bunch of Lego Technic parts together. Anyway, Kyosuke gets a new mech called Rescue Diver. The difference? It can fly. Well, they had nowhere to go but up from here. As cool as this mech is, it can combine with Rescue Stryker to make Super Rescue mechs. Now it can fly! Yay!
Final Rescue! Drill Blaster! Atsuo!
Drill Blaster!
Well, we're almost to the end, but one more episode before we get to the final story. This one deserves special mention. The gang gets a new weapon, the Rescue Zomber. Not to be confused with Jimber or Zimber arms, whichever you call that thing from Gaim. This Rescue Zomber doubles as a pickaxe and a javelin for digging people out of cave-ins. They also get one more toy promotion, mech, the Zero Fire, which basically can haul around support mechs. That's pretty much all it can do. But that's not all. One old soldier comes out of retirement.
Change. R1 レスキューザンバーよ、受け取りなさい。
これはレスキューザンバー。一体誰が？あれは。
私は第一レスキューフォースの R4。今は総司令として神羅万象すべての生命を守るレスキューユニバース。その名も RU。
あれって
もしかして
そう知る。
Yep, Supreme Commander Nancy joins the fight once more as RU, pulling a Commander Aya from Jetman. She's not afraid to get down and dirty. Wow. I think I have a new favorite Toku cougar. Sorry, Komachi. Oh, come on. You can still haunt my dreams anytime. There's a happy ghost.
Everybody, listen to me. R1 Max, R2, use the rescue Zambar. Help those people now. R3, R4, come with me. ちょっと、なんで英語なの？知りません、そんなこと。
思い出した。ナンシー先輩はレスキューの現場に出るとついつい英語になっちまうんだった。非常事態だ。English! Hey, Nancy! Nancy!
Yes, what is it?
Please, talk me Japanese. Japanese!
Oh my god! 昔の悪い癖が出ちゃったわね。
What the hell was that?
Now to the final story arc. Ishiguro receives a message from Obuchi in his dreams. Something bad is coming, and only they can stop it. But of course he wakes up, and this was all a dream. The next day, the papers report of some kind of stone slab that has some strange kinds of drawings on it. Drawings that look like mine? Then the captain remembers that strange light that left Obuchi before he died. Yeah, can't believe we just forgot about that for 20 plus episodes. Speaking of mine, she begins working on her ultimate weapon, the Super Catastrophe Starter. And the ultimate weapon of mass destruction is a cannon. that shoots rain clouds. Whoa, now that's some Wrath of God type stuff. Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling. Okay, that last part hasn't happened yet. But it might. Some meddling kids stumble on their hideout, so the team has to save them as well as stop that cloud somehow. The captain reluctantly approves a final rescue to destroy that thing, and sure enough, Mine was planning for that. And she sucks up the energy of the final rescue. Either that, or someone is firing the saddle laser at her. Don't know how that works, never explained, moving on.
教えてやろう。私の本当の名はマーエンにあらず。
Once our heroes show up and smack the generals around again, they beg for a refill of energy. But she says they've outlived their usefulness and kicks them aside. Oh, did I not mention that she's been refilling their energy for the past few episodes? Because she has.
すでに計算済みだ。お前たちの力では私には決して勝てぬ。見せてやろう。私の本当の姿を。
Mine reveals her true form, finally, and it's another giant evil floating head. Oh, another floating head. That's original. At least Great Satan from Z Ranger had hair. Hell, Messiah from Go Busters looks more terrifying than this. Anyway, Evil Gold Zordon here reveals that he is Batsu, the true leader of Neo-Terror. He's been around for millions of years, yet somehow has not taken over the world yet. Talk about wasting an eternity. Venjix, you are not.
俺がネオテーラの親玉か。バーツとか言ってな。お前は何者だ。
Oh, I get it! The head of Neo-Terror! Good one! Kill me. He says humans will destroy the world someday, humans must be destroyed, blah blah blah. This is like that scene from Terminator 2 without the subtlety or the depth.
近い将来、地球は人類の手により滅びてしまうことが私の計算で明らかになった。
We're not gonna make it, are we? People, I mean.
It's in your nature to destroy yourselves.
Yeah. Major drag, huh?
Batsu disappears and begins spreading through the world, much like Skynet. In hopes of finding a way to beat this thing, they take in the generals for analysis, hoping to find some kind of weakness.
Dun dun dun!
This isn't funny!
They find some memory of his speech. Apparently Batsu is a nanocomputer that has lasted over 600 million years. Yeah, I know how stupid that sounds. Just stick with me, it's almost over.
そんな昔に一体何者がそんな高度なテクノロジーを持っていたんだ。
ナノコンピューターの集合体であるバーツは感情に左右されずに物事を判断することができます。
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and it absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead.
Suddenly, giant crosses appear and hover over major cities and rain down random acts of disasters around the world. They're gonna have to stop Batsu to stop all these disasters, but like any big bad villain, he has shield and protect on. It ain't gonna be easy to get to him. Time to break out the trump card, Great God Striker. Yeah, sorry, not buying it. It still looks stupid. The super final rescue for this thing should penetrate his shield, but they've only got one shot, so they gotta make it count. All 5 transform, and hey, even the girls get to pilot for a change. About damn time.
頼んだぞみんな。
今だ。グレートフルキャノンいっけー。
命中。
よっしゃ
ー Desire is irrelevant. I am a machine.
It looks like he planned for this and knew they had one shot. Damn, he's good. Oh, great. He would pull a Daimao from Ryukendo. Same company, same script.
作戦は失敗だ。すぐに退却しろ。
嫌です。
コンピューターで計算した結果は作戦成功率 0.1% 未満なの。スーパーファイナルレスキューが使えない今、私たちに勝ち目はないわ。
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
But sir, the odds of me telling you the odds are only 5.2 to 3.
So that headstrong Spitfire rookie who's come this far decides to charge in head on. The team braves the missile barrage and separates. Okay, let's just forget that gravity and physics exist and that separating that high up in the air wouldn't mean they'd all fall to their deaths, but they managed to break through anyway.
私の計算にはこのような攻撃は想定されていない。
お前の計算が最初から間違ってんだ。人間には誰かを助けたいと願う心がある。それが 0.1 を100にも1000にも変える俺たちのレスキュー魂だ。
光るストライカーにさよならを。
今日までありがとうレスキューストライカー。お前のことはずっと忘れない。
Bye-bye, Batsu. If only he had listened to that computer from War Games, this never would have happened.
Strange game. The only winning move is not to play.
Well, it seems it's all over now. Hikaru stands by Core Striker Max, the others join him, and they even take a group photo after their victory. We should be done here, but there's one more episode left. Oh no. No. We do not need Batsu coming back to life 3 or 4 more times. I swear to God, Takara Tomy, I almost bled to death last time. You may make the toys around here, but do not toy with me. Well, it's been a month, no new disasters, and oh no, these 3 idiots are still alive? Great! The henchman that wouldn't die. Anyway, these morons find one more crisis maker that has such a ridiculous function that it would make Divatox's plans look sane. Our heroes stop it, we get a where are they now sort of thing with our heroes, and oh look, the generals have become servants and cleaners. Yay, way to humiliate your enemies even more, guys. And that was Tomica Hero Rescue Force. Well, time for pros and cons. The vehicles in this show were pretty awesome. The team may not look like much, but the mechs make up for it. The final rescues were pretty damn epic too. Core Striker was also awesome, but then again, when is a talking car not awesome? Rescue Max steals the show. He didn't fight many giant monsters, but he did have some awesome final attacks, with or without support mechs. So yeah, when it comes to selling toys of these things, these guys know how to make them desirable. Speaking of which, they even have one episode where they show the real vehicles the mechs were based off of, as well as the real-life rescue team from Japan, Hyper Rescue. The villains' plans. At first they were interesting with the crisis makers, but then the terrorist setters show up and it's just the same thing over and over again every single episode. It's like they got the city in danger part and the disposable grunts, but no monster of the week. Obuchi's story was passable, but I'll get to that later. Mine was just a loony-toony, one-dimensional villain. and the generals were just annoying as hell. I know they're played by a real-life comedy trio, but still. I didn't find much of it funny, and I didn't find these three to be very credible bad guys. The zoo cranes were silly, but they fit this show. Bottom line, the villains of this show are kind of lacking. Obuchi's story. At first it seems like your generic old friend shows up back from the dead turned evil plot, but then we realize he's being controlled and he repents. Kind of like Go in Live Man. He realizes what he did, takes responsibility for his actions, and makes the ultimate sacrifice. I do have to give this show credit for that. Plus, they had the balls not to make this the big huge swerve from this show. Normally this would be the main focus of the show, but here it's more like a subplot. It's hard to pull that off and to do it as well as they did. Kudos for them. This show can be so generic, and it tends to drag early on. The pacing is very slow, for me anyway. Plot-centered episodes are few and far between, and some of the episode plots are so predictable and formulaic it's almost like Ghost Sager in reverse. The bulk of the first few episodes are as follows. The team trains, Hikaru botches it somehow, Hikaru learns his lesson and put what he learns to good use, final rescue, destroy the disaster, I puke, the end. Half the time I could call what was going to happen in some of these episodes, and 9 times out of 10, I did. If you've watched way too much tokusatsu like I have, it might be hard to get invested into this show. You have been warned. A minor nitpick here, but why can't the girls pilot any mechs? Seriously, the only time they got to pilot the mechs was when the men were all turned into women. Don't ask. Ironically, there's a small mistake with this show that the people of TV Nihon actually pointed out. Watch.
ビークルのオペレートができるのはあなただけだもの。ホワイダー発進。ホワイダー。
This show is extremely lighthearted. Much like Ryu Kendo, the basis of a more serious storyline is there, but I think this one overdoes it a little in my honest opinion. It's way too cheesy. On the other hand, this is a kid's show, so let's not forget that. And given the dark Toku shows I've been reviewing this year, this one may be a breath of fresh air for you. For some of you though, this may be an impasse. If you prefer the dark tones and the body count, this show is not for you. But if you need a break from the depressing Toku shows, then this may be it. Final analysis? I give it a C. It's okay, passable, but not as good as its predecessor. This show had some serious pacing problems, and it could be bland at times, but that doesn't mean it's god-awful. The CGI for its time was impressive, the heroes are likable, and the message I think gets across. This show may not have the dark tones and romantic subplots of Fies or Gentleman, but Takara Tomy went and did their own thing. The folks at Takara Tomy saw real-life heroes, men and women who work day and night to help people and prevent disasters from happening, and decided to shine the light on them for a change. And the only way they knew how was with toys, and a tokusatsu series. And even though this show didn't wow me, it didn't make my must-see list, I didn't give it an A+ or anything, I still find that kind of admirable. If you enjoyed Ryu Kendo, you may enjoy this show. It may be a rescue force or a rescue farce. Decide for yourself. Well, that's it for this episode. But just like Ryu Kendo, the story does not end there, because Tomica Hero Rescue Force had a sequel, Tomica Hero Rescue Fire. But that is also another show for another day. Well, until the next Toku time... Something burning? Senpai put tinfoil in the microwave again. Grr! Snitch! Roommates. Can't live with them, can't call the cops on them. Well, until the next Toku time, I'm Easy Rider. Later.
ってあるよ。だけどそんな時こそ本当の勇気が試されるんだってことに気づいたんだ。僕は僕にできることを一つ一つ始めていかなきゃ。森も空も花も君の笑顔も守りたいから。
レスキューセイバー爆心完了。バシッ。いやこれ光と一緒だ。まずまずい。爆心完了。いやレスキューセイバー爆心完了。いやダメダメじゃない。レスキューセイバー爆心完了っていやこれどっかで見たことあんな。爆心完了。バシッ。
何やってんすか先輩。